Hello guys, the Maniac Zach here. You know, I love video games. But you know what really stinks about them sometimes? Not the microtransactions or bugs or DLC. No, none of that. You know what really does? Not being able to play them because the power is out. And the only reason you can see light in this room is because that's all my generator can power right now. Just some weird old ceiling lamp. Aww. But that's okay, because you know what? I've got a few board games lying around in my closet. Let's see what I've got. Alright, let's see what we've got here. We've got Monopoly. I don't even understand how this game works. No thanks. Sorry? I haven't played this in like 15 years. No. Okay. Last up, we have Scrabble. I'm not good at this game, and I'm alone. I have no one to play with. Oh well. Man, all these games are either too boring, too long, or just too confusing. I just wish I had something that was easy to understand and just fun. Wait, what's this last one? Nani? Race to escape the island. The board looks a little cheap. Okay. Oh, got some stuff in here. I think I can get onto this. This is interesting. Anyways, all jokes aside, this is a project that I've been working on for the past couple of weeks. In it, I had to send this as a part of a admissions portfolio for a certain thing. I'm not going to really say what it is for privacy reasons, but I think you get the idea. But anyways, as a requirement for this project, I had to base this game on the theme of metamorphosis, or the process of transforming from a small, simple life form to a more complex one. And I thought, wait a minute, that sounds an awful lot like evolution. Yeah, let's base the game on that. And then I just came up with more and more ideas as the weeks went by, and the game just happened to be finished by then, you know? Basically, you have 4 different bird species that you could play as. You have the cardinal, blue jay, green parrot, and canary. Now, each of these different bird species have their own evolution requirements. For example, the canary takes 8 worm tokens in order to evolve into its intermediate form. However, it only takes the cardinal 3 worm tokens. Therefore, I try to make each of these different characters, if you will, more interesting and unique than just simply cosmetic changes. Because in the previous examples I've shown you guys, in Monopoly, Sorry, and other board games, you either have different pawns of different colors, or different sizes and shapes. I mean, yes, if you want to make a board game appeal to a wide audience and simple, that's fine, but for what I was going for, I wanted to be different, and I wanted to try to be more unique in that sort of sense. However, the trade-off to this was, I had to balance the board game a little better and make sure that all of the evolution requirements were fair, you know? Now, the biggest question you guys probably have is, Zach, wait, how do you win? Easy. You have to get 17 worm tokens in order to reach your final form. No, I'm not talking about the one from Dragon Ball Z for Frieza. No, no, no. It's not as cool, I'll admit. But you do get to leave this island where everyone else is stuck on it, so that's cool, I guess. Now, I know this is confusing, and I know you guys probably have more questions than answers. I apologize. But no worries. I will show you guys a game demo, so hopefully most of your questions will be answered. Let's begin. This is the setup of the board itself. In order to decide who goes first, each player rolls the die. The person who gets the highest number gets to go first, similar to Mario Party. Alright, so player 1 got a 6. And player 2 got a 4. Now, I don't have anyone else playing with me, so just pretend that I am controlling player 1 and that someone else is controlling player 2. Just pretend that. So player 1 moves 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. Purple spaces mean nothing happens and that their turn is over. Alright, so player 2 got a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Blue spaces mean that A player who lands on them gets a worm token. You have to get 17 of these in order to reach your final form and to evolve, as I said earlier in the video. So let's pretend we're farther along in the game. Player 2 goes, and player 2 gets a 2. Red spaces mean that they have to lose a worm token. Again, like Mario Party, blue spaces mean that they get a worm token, red spaces mean they lose one. Alright, so let's say later in the game nothing happens, player 2 gets a 1, and they land on a green space. Green spaces mean that you have to pick up an event card. There's a deck of 26 of these in the game. You and another player see a rainbow worm token. Roll the die. The person with the highest number gets +2 worm tokens. Pretty cool, huh? Alright, so put that in the middle of the deck. So both players roll. Player 1 got a 5. Alright, good. Player 2 rolls. Player 2 gets a 3. So player 1 gets +2 worm tokens. Alright, so player 1 has 3 worm tokens, so they are ready to evolve into their intermediate form. Ooh, alright, let's see what it looks like. Here it is. This is the intermediate form pawn, so this is what it looks like from all angles. Pretty cool. Alright, so what you do is you swap out your base form pawn, which is what you start off with your intermediate form pawn. You use that in the game until you have enough worms to evolve into your advanced form. So let's say even later in the game, both players have a decent amount of worm tokens. Alright, so player 1 gets a 1. They move on to a blue space right now. Now they have 8 total worm tokens and are ready to evolve into their advanced form. Oh, this is gonna be good. This is what the advanced form pawn looks like from all angles. So similar to the other pawn, you swap out your intermediate form pawn with a advanced form one. So even later in the game, both players have 16 worm tokens. Player 2 rolled a 5. Nice. Player 2 moves 5 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And player 2 has gotten 17 worm tokens and won the game. Oh yeah. Player 2 reached their final form. Player 2's final form is supposed to be an angelic eagle who watches over the world and tries to improve its well-being and just wants peace and not much else, you know? So obviously, this demo was meant to showcase the highlights of the gameplay and not the entire game itself. Obviously, if I was to play this with you or someone else in real life, this game would take well over half an hour to an hour maximum. It is a pretty long game, but that's okay. And I didn't want this video to be too long, so I just wanted to show off the highlights of the game, such as what the spaces mean, what some of the pawns look like, etc. Okay, so here are all of the character pawns I've made for each of the 4 species. So over to the left, we have the base, intermediate, and advanced forms for the cardinal. Pretty cool. The base, intermediate, and advanced forms for the canary. The base, intermediate, and advanced forms for the blue jay, which evolves into an ice eagle at the end of the game, which is pretty cool. Here's a side view. And over here, we have the base, intermediate, and advanced forms of the green parrot. All of these were made by me with Legos, with no instructions, no glue or anything, just all Legos, no modeling clay. So yeah. And that's the entire game in a nutshell. Now, I apologize if the gameplay is a little more boring than it may seem. I only had a few weeks to work on it, and I had to work under certain restrictions. If I did have a few more weeks, or maybe even a few more hours, I'm sure this game probably would have turned out far more better than it would have been in this video. However, over these 2 weeks, I've really learned to be a game designer more than I ever have, and it was a great experience nonetheless, and I might honestly make more board games in the future, you know? So I have a question for you guys. Have any of you made a board game before? Do you still have it with you? Let me know in the comments below. Anyways guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe to be notified when my future game-related content is released. Follow me on my Twitter account at TheManiacZach for some exclusive behind-the-scenes content of the channel and more. And join my Discord server if you want to be a part of a really cool community. All of this will be linked in the description. Anyways guys, I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Aw man. I never knew how fragile Legos can be sometimes. Oh, hey, you made it to the end of the video. If you'd like to check out the previous video that I made, click on the bottom to check out my game room tour and my setup tour. Or, if you want to check out the first game I've ever made and its showcase, click on the top. Anyways, I need to find more Nintendo Switch games because that is such an awesome system, so I'll see you guys soon.